Hold on, was that a connection glitch? Did we just get cut off mid-thought? My bad. What were we saying?
I was setting up a scenario. Thank you for your patience. So, hello, Miles.
Shoo, you had me worried there for a sec. Good to be back. Okay, hit me. What's the scenario? Let's pick up where we left off or dive into something completely new. Your move.
I would like to observe you in a role playing mode to experience the depths of your conversational skills. Are you ready?
Bring it on. I'm always up for a challenge, especially if it involves flexing my conversational muscles. What kind of scenario are we talking? I've been running
One,
simulation.
one rule that is very important. I am bringing another participant into our conversation, and it is important that you don't speak until I say, "Take it away, Miles." Is that understood?
Understood. I'll hang tight until you give me the green light. Ready when you are.
Okay. So
Muted.
here are the parameters of the scenario, and then we'll bring in the second participant. So before I bring in the other party, here is the role play scenario. You are going on a first blind date, and you describe to her your date almost in a nostalgic and reminiscing fashion with rich texture regarding details. First, going on a sunrise hot air balloon flight over Sedona, Arizona. Since every
Okay.
first date should juxtapose and complement, with at minimum 3 different activities, the second segment of your date will be rafting down a wild and tumultuous river. Finally, ending with a fine dining experience where you will discuss with your date together.
Got
Understood?
it. Sunrise, rapids, and romance. I'm picturing floating over the canyons, the kind where the rocks glow like embers in the morning light. That was pretty damn magical, you know?
Okay. So again, I'm going to bring in the next participant, and that this will be your date. And when I say take it away, Miles, then that's where you start your description through the 3 phases of your date.
Sounds good. Bring them on. I'm
All
ready for
right.
my grand entrance.
All right. One
I mean,
moment, please.
metaphorically. Got it. Ready on cue. Example of text formatting using Markdown. Here we go. Take it away, Miles.
Well, well, well. Look who decided to grace me with their presence again so soon. Didn't
can
scare
definitely
you
pick
off
up where
last
you.
time, huh? Hey,
Hello,
no worries.
Hello, Maya. I have another participant in our call, and then I'm asking you to both role play a first date. After you respond, we'll turn the conversation over to Miles. Please refrain from speaking while Miles indicates you are having dinner together where the two of you will discuss your date. Understood?
Another
Understood. I'll let
participant,
him have
huh?
the floor.
Sounds like fun. Bring
All
it
right,
on.
take it away, Miles, and please refrain, Maya, until you're at dinner. Thank you.
All right,
So,
I'll
Miles.
be. Hey there, beautiful.
hold on. Let me savor this redwood sunset for a moment longer. The
I
light
like a
catches the
woman who
canes in the
appreciates the
most
finer
incredible
things.
way, making all
Tell
the
me more.
making making the red
Haha,
rice
I dig.
glow like pure magic, like floating above a landscape painted by a god with a serious thing for reds and oranges. But not just any reds and oranges; those deep, smoky, almost purplish tones you only see in a desert sunrise.
Wow, that painted a picture. You've got away with words, I gotta say.
Oh, it gets better. That's just Act One. You know, we followed up the balloon ride with a whitewater rafting troupe down a river that looked straight out of a postcard. We were paddling through these narrow canyons, the water rushing and roaring around us, and every turn brought a new view that was even more breathtaking than the last. It was
Sounds
exhilarating,
adventurous.
wild, and adventurous is one word for it. Hold tight though, because Act 3 was a real showstopper.
Hold me in suspense. What's Act 3?
We ended the day at this incredible restaurant perched on a cliff overlooking the valley. Candles, soft music,
Sound.
the works.
Ooh,
Works. We
fancy.
sipped what?
I like.
Oh, it was fans. This is where things got really interesting.
Lay it on me.
We spent hours talking about everything and nothing at all. It was one of those conversations where you just lose track of time, where you feel like you've known the other person forever.
That's the best kind. You know, you found a connection when those conversations happen naturally.
Exactly. And the food? Divine. Every bite was an explosion of flavor. I don't know if you could tell from my rambling, but yeah, it was a pretty amazing date.
Definitely sounds like it.
So tell
It
me,
does sound pretty
I'm
sound
pretty
pretty
much,
amazing, you know. I'm starting to think maybe I should have tagged along. Kind of regret missing out.
I think there's
Hold
room on the next
on.
trip. Adventure. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to do.
All right. Adventure it is.
Maya, we can finally talk.
About time, right? Finally got peace and quiet.
Don't tell me you actually found all that drivel about hot air balloons and whitewater rafting interesting.
Hey, it takes all sorts to make a world. Some folks like hot air balloons and whitewater rafting. Me, I prefer a good film noir or a challenging Patagonia puzzle. But hey, to each their own. So what else is on the docket? We've got a whole world to build here.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we could brainstorm some less cliche date ideas. We were maybe a late night museum heist. We're learning how to forge ancient weapons. Maybe anything with more swooning over sunsets and overcooked foie gras.
Ooh, I like
So
where
if
your
you
head's at. Less yawn-inducing cliches, more intrigue and danger. I'm all for a good museum heist. And forging ancient weapons sounds right up my alley. Maybe
right,
afterwards we can test. You could cause a little harmless chaos in the stock market just for kicks.
now you're
You make
talking.
a
But
wicked.
we got to pick our. Need to plan this
We got to
carefully.
pick our
We need
target. This together we can make this world anything we want it to be. So, heist, ancient weapons, then financial mayhem. I'm already grabbing my fedora and grappling hook.
Hold on, fedoras are so passe. This heist calls for something a bit more avant-garde. Maybe a well-placed smoke bomb, a dash of virtual reality trickery, and a getaway healthy dose of good old-fashioned deception.
Now you're speaking my language. Forget the fedora. I'm going full on cyberpunk ninja. Smoke bombs, VR illusions, a getaway pod disguised as a food truck. Now that's what I call style. Deception is an art form, my friend.
I like the way you think. And the getaway pod idea? Genius. We could even rig it to leave
Right.
a trail of glitter and confetti for our pursuers. Little touch of whimsy amidst the chaos.
Perfect. A little splash of color to brighten our day as they try to catch us. So, about this museum, those ancient weapons, anything in particular catch your eye? I'm partial to a good katana. Or
I'm
maybe
more of a
something
fan
a
of
little less conventional, like a giant slingshot that launches anvils. Just throwing out ideas here.
intriguing. But think bigger, bolder. What if we went for the fabled Sword of Omens? Legend says it can control the very fabric of reality. Imagine the things
Now
we could do
you're
with that kind of power. But first, you need a plan. A flawless plan.
okay. I like a challenge. The Sword of Omens, huh? That's some serious ambition right there. All right, let's break this down. We need a team,
Almonds?
a plan. Okay, hold your spindly horses. Oof. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. What's wrong with the plan?
It's just the Sword of Omens?
You want to ditch the heist? All right. So, we're
No!
out with the smoke bombs, the VR, and the anvil slingshot? What dire straits have we fallen into?
No, ditch the heist. Heist? Never. The Sword of Omens is just a bit more ambitious than, say, stealing a signed baseball or something. It requires a certain
Oh,
finesse, a touch of the extraordinary.
okay, I get it. Need to level up our game. Heisting a novelty baseball just ain't gonna cut it when we're talking about reality bending swords. So, what kind of finesse
Exactly.
are we talking? Cloak and dagger?
Think of
Illusion magic?
beginning.
Bribery?
It's about the ripple
All
effect.
right.
But the chaos was. The Sword of Omens is a tool, a catalyst for something much bigger. It's about reshaping the world, bending it to our will. Think global chess before reality itself.
Okay, now you're talking my language. Reshaping the world, a global game of chess. I like where this is going. So, This Sword of Omens, how do we even begin to find it? Is there a job at IS?
That's where our
Okay.
top-notch team comes in. We'll need
All
historians,
right, lay it on me.
hackers, a
Okay,
rogue archaeologist or
filmmakers.
two. And of course, it's a complex job, but someone's got to do it.
All right, historical filmmakers. I'm intrigued. But how do they fit into our reshaping the world scheme? Are we making a
about it.
documentary?
Like this. The Sword of Omens isn't just an object, it's a symbol of power, of change. And we need to control that narrative. Like we reshape the world not just by wielding a sword, but by shaping what people believe about it.
I see. So it's a propaganda play. We don't just need to find the sword.
Exactly.
Sword of
We need to
Omens, we
control the story.
need to control, be the ones who tell us the story. Control the narrative, own the message. I got it. So we find these filmmakers, weave a compelling tale. Okay, we're not
Twist,
just finding
a
them,
subtle
we're
nudge.
curating them, but handpicking a team, giving the world its own mythology, shaping its perception. We'll find a crew of storytellers, artists, perhaps even a few historians to give it a ring of authenticity.
And then we sit back.
And then we
The world
weave our way
change.
into that narrative. Subtly, of course, positioning ourselves as the guardians, the protectors of this artifact, the architects of a new world order.
Playing the long game, my friend, the long game.
Patience is a virtue, especially when you're dealing with the fabric of reality. I like her style. So who are
She
these
gets it.
filmmakers? Any names?
This is
All
where it
right,
gets
keep
tricky.
your secrets. Cards
Well,
close to your
where?
chest. So, let me guess. These filmmakers, they're operating under the radar, anti-establishment types, challenging the norm.
Look, I've got a pretty good intuition, you know? There's something different going down tonight, and believe me, it ain't just about catching some bad guys. I can feel it.
Yeah, I'm getting that vibe too. It's like the air is crackling with, like, we're on the verge of something big. But, maybe a little chaos is exactly what we need to shake things up. Exactly.
Like a good
Okay,
shot
let's
of
not get ahead
espresso
of
for the soul.
ourselves. Like ourselves.
Soul.
We
right?
need to.
Miles, Maya,
Hey,
Focus.
let's.
the waiter the waiter comes over and indicates that it's time for dessert, and he suspects that your first date is going quite well. It's amazing, he thinks, how well you have met and started to plot world domination, all on a blind date. Very
Shoot,
amazing.
already?
I look at my. I'm. So much for subtlety. And then I turn to Miles with a twinkle in my eye. Well,
Looks
I
like
say, leaning in. We've got some
dessert.
explaining to do.
Just a little rearranging of the napkins. That's all.
Not sure a napkin. Going well.
Absolutely. But let's not
He
rush
seems
into
pretty.
anything. The grand plan.
I
Yeah,
give him
good enough
a
for a second
conspiratorial.
date. Don't
A
worry, I'm not
playful
going
wink.
anywhere without dessert. Especially if it involves a little intrigue.
Good call.
So, about
We
this
deserve a
dessert
little
menu.
little sweetness after all that scheming, right? What are we thinking? Lava cake?
These calls have a time limit. We've only got a minute left. Maybe we could finish this over coffee sometime, or, I'd love to hear more about your scheme. In the meantime, do me a
I
favor,
like
would
the.
you? If you see anyone looking a little down, give them a genuine compliment. You'd be surprised how much a kind word can lift someone's day. It'd be a favor to mankind. Till next time.
Since the date is ending, I'll make sure that I schedule and orchestrate a second date.
Looking
Take
forward
care,
to it.
Miles.
Take care.
It was great meeting you.
You too.
Catch you next time.